bestbookbits.com brings you the book summary of People Over Profit, Break the System, Live with Purpose, Be More Successful by Dale Partridge. Serial entrepreneur and business visionary Dale Partridge reveals 7 core beliefs that create success by putting people first. Every day, major headlines tell the story of a new and better American marketplace. Established corporations have begun re-evaluating the quality of their products, the ethics of their supply chain, and how they can give back by donating a portion of their profit to meaningful causes. Meanwhile, millions of entrepreneurs who want to be more responsible and compassionate marketplace have launched a new breed of socially focused business models. Sevenly founder Dale Partridge uncovers the 7 core beliefs shared by consumers, starters, and leaders behind this transformation. These beliefs have enabled Dale to build a multi-million-dollar company that is revolutionizing the marketplace. In People Over Profit, Partridge will help you realize people matter, truth wins, transparency frees, authenticity attracts, quality speaks, generosity returns, and courage sustains. Partridge believes these beliefs are the secret to creating a sustainable world that values honesty over deception, transparency over secrecy, authenticity over hype, and ultimately, people over profit. Now, before we start this summary, we at Best Book Bits have done over 1,000 book summaries in video and audio format. Follow us on YouTube, watch us, listen to us on Podbean, and follow the website bestbookbits.com. On with the summary. Of course, the story of corporations sacrificing their integrity for profit is as old as capitalism itself. Very few corporations manage to maintain a clean reputation for their entire lifespan. The reality is that no company has ever been born either good or evil or stayed that way forever. Rather, most companies get caught up in an endless cycle. Since companies indeed go through cycles, it means that no company starts out inherently bad, not even the corporation you hate most in the world. In fact, corporations begin their life cycle in the first stage called the honest era. The honest era, 1, is a time of people over profit, when everybody wins. Think of it this way. A newborn company is just like a baby, young, innocent, and also quite weak. To survive its first years, the company can't afford to play dirty. It has to convince its employees that the business is worth their efforts and convince its consumers to give up their time and money. The problem is that as the business grows, the pressure to stay competitive makes it harder to stick to honesty and quality. This is efficient error 2. After all, a business is only sustainable if it can stay ahead of its competitors, and that means being efficient. But problems arise when efficiency is no longer a means to an end, but the very goal being pursued. Keeping your company steady during the efficient era is all well and good, but as the time goes by, it becomes all too tempting to drift over to the dark side. This is exactly what happens when a company enters the deceptive era 3. This is typically when companies decide to relocate production to developing countries, turn into child labor if necessary, implementing misleading advertising campaigns, employ deceptive tactics, offer exorbitant salaries to executives, and so on. Although such ruthless decisions may lead to financial successes, they are short-lived. Consumers start to wise up and become dissatisfied. The apologetic era, number 4, is about restoring what's been lost or broken on the way to corporate success. Confidence, faith, quality, and accountability. To do so, a company needs to right its wrongs by replacing misguided leaders and improving from the inside out. In 2010, Toyota issued an apologetic statement admitting to mistakes that left one of its models with a lethally dangerous braking problem. The choice to apologize naturally helps rebuild the image of an organization that cares, as it did for Toyota, and the company can gradually regain consumers' and employees' trust. The good news is there's a way to remain in an honest era. How? Well, the companies who do manage and to stay honest share 7 core beliefs. First off, people count 1. As obvious it may seem, companies are made up of people. These people are valuable and deserve to be treated with respect. To remain in the honest era, companies must treat 3 kinds of stakeholders right. It starts with team members. A. When employee morale falls, the organization is not far from collapsing along with it. But if the employees identify with the company and proudly carry coffee mugs with the company logo, they probably feel like they count. Next is customers. B. Customers need to feel special and valued. Their complaints should be taken seriously and addressed with care and compassion. And finally, vendors. C. Though often overlooked, are also of critical importance. They're the face of the company and should be treated accordingly. The second core belief is that truth matters. 2. Nearly every piece of modern-day advertising features weasel words, hollow taglines that aren't quite lies, but are still far from the truth. Though they think they're being clever, it's the businesses whose luck will eventually run out. Companies that refuse to meddle with the truth are the ones that will earn themselves a loyal customer base. Becoming more transparent. 3. Sure, transparency can be tough, but you'll be doing yourself a favor. Why? Because transparency is an act of liberation. Opting for full transparency is freeing. You can reinvest the time you otherwise spend concocting schemes and hiding secrets into optimizing your business, and consumers are also set free. They can engage with the company without speculating about honesty or lack thereof. Be authentic. 4. Nothing looks more fake than a company trying too hard to be real. Rather, authenticity means practicing what you preach. Take Bailey's, which has been authentically Irish since its launch in 1974. Its Irishness is at the core of its success. As the company has always fought the urge to relocate its production, Bailey's is manufactured in Ireland and ensures only well-bred Irish dairy cows are involved in their production process. Running a business often seems like the opposite of generosity. 5. But profit-hungry business strategies just won't cut it for customers today. Generosity is a top priority, and as the modern consumer doesn't want to just buy a brand, they want to buy into the brand's values too. Take the shoe brand Toms. They were pioneers in the one-for-the-one model, where every pair of shoe purchased leads to additional pair for a child in need. Commitment to high quality. 6. If you can achieve this, you'll have a competitive edge, because quality speaks for itself. When you make high quality products, it's clear that your company values its customers, and quality also builds credibility. A well-designed website, the packaging of the products, or the choice of paper for the business card may all seem trivial, but each one contributes to the image that customers have of an organization. Customers are likely to think to themselves, if they care that much about such details, I can trust that they'll care about me as a client. Principle that honest companies stick to is facing fears. 7. Fear takes different shapes and forms. It can appear as fear of change, when you're convinced that the policies and procedures that have brought success should never be modified, or it can manifest itself as a reluctance to admit faults. Don't let fear fool you. Making amends is critical to moving forward. Start by acknowledging that the most powerful people are customers, and this means you are powerful. To break the cycles of good companies becoming bad, we have to learn to behave as consumers. Capitalism is not merely a story of good and evil. It's much more complex, with companies that starts out with pure intentions becoming corrupted along the way. This pattern, however, can be avoided by learning from past mistakes and developing a fresh new economic model where people, not profits, are of greatest importance. To provide quality, you need ears to hear, so create a culture of evaluation and feedback. In the end, quality is not what you say it is, but what your clients say it is. You should listen, respond, and make changes quickly. Use your social media platforms effectively and make sure your clients are pleased. And that's a wrap on this book summary, People Over Profits. If you like this summary, follow us on bestbookbits.com. We have over 1,000 book summaries in video, written, and audio format. Watch us on YouTube, subscribe, like, and share, and listen to us on Podbean. Thanks for watching and listening. Have yourself an amazing day. Take care. Bye-bye now.